Some people make it seem like it is a crime not to marry. No, it's not. At least to the best of my knowledge. But you can show me any society that criminalizes singleness. There is no society under this sun that crucify people for not getting married. Of course, they will pressure you. Of course, they will chastise you. Of course, they will say whatever they want to say because they believe that will help you or that is a good thing. But they will never crucify you for not getting married. But I've said it many times that the benefits of the institution called marriage far outweighs the disadvantages. You see, marriage is not just about the sex, the love, or the social status that it brings. The institution called marriage requires maturity, your willingness to take responsibility, and the willingness to grow together as well. But I've realized that some people are just not ready for marriage, and that is okay. And so until you are ready for marriage, marriage is not for you. But even as I'm saying this, if you are so confused whether or not marriage is for you, then stick to the end of this video because you are going to know. Number 4 is the most important. My name is Dr. Obuobi. This is the institution called marriage. If you are new here, please don't hesitate to hit on the subscribe button. Also, if you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you so much for journeying as far with me. Now, this is another episode of the institution called marriage, just as we have been talking about various important and insightful topics over the last few weeks. In this episode, I am going to dive deeper into why I think that marriage is not for you. And I'm going to talk about very important things that you were probably not thinking about it. Maybe if you consider these things, you wouldn't even be willing to enter into marriage. Because the institution called marriage is a system that we all got to follow if indeed you want to be part of that institution. So stay with me. The first person I would like to talk about who I believe that marriage is not for is someone who does not believe in marriage. Marriage is an institution that requires faith and belief in the system before you can engage in it. And so if you're someone who believes that marriage is not an important thing, but you are getting into it because people are saying so, then you may be wrong. The institution called marriage is something that requires faith in it. You must believe whatever that you want to put yourself in it. You must believe that it's an institution that can bring you the happiness you are looking for, or something that can make you create something meaningful. Something that will help you be with a significant other who also share the same goals and is willing to journey with you. And if you have no faith, or if you don't believe in the system, you believe it's a societal dogma, you believe it's a societal way of putting women in slavery, or it's an institution of empowerment to have total control or dominion over women, then you are missing it out and you don't have to marry. Because marriage requires faith, commitment for its principles, and respect for its purpose. So just entering into marriage to please family, society, or other people, or even your partner is a recipe for resentment and failure. Now, second, if you are quick to push blame and not take responsibility, marriage is not for you. Marriage is an institution or avenue that requires accountability. So if you are someone who doesn't like to accept responsibilities or doesn't like to accept fault, then marriage may not be for you. If you are someone that whenever there is an issue, you are quick or your instincts tells you to push blame on the other person without reflecting on your own role and your fault, then you are destined to doom. Marriage may not be for you. Because I have come to realize that a healthy marriage thrives on mutual understanding and responsibility, not finger pointing. Because if any time you are only looking out to finding faults for your partner, they're also not going to feel wholesome. They're also going to feel that you always push blames on them and you don't accept your responsibility. Sometimes they may also feel that whatever that is happening is your fault. And sometimes they are waiting for you to own it up or even share the responsibility for the outcome. But you are always pointing fingers at your partner. And if you're that person, marriage may not be good for you. Don't force it too much. The third thing is that if you have poor conflict resolution skills, marriage may not be for you. But I believe that some things can be learned. So if you are willing to learn resolution skills or the ability to tolerate the other person, then marriage can be for you. But until then, you don't have to waste your time on marriage. If you can't sit down to listen to your partner, to listen to your foe, to allow them to also talk, to arrive on a neutral grounds where everyone would be satisfied, then marriage will be a battleground for you, because everyone feels that they want to win the argument. Everyone wants to put their issue forward. Everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants to show that yes, indeed, I am the one that have been wronged here. If that happens in marriage, trust me, you're not going to succeed. Because to have a successful marriage, couples don't just avoid conflict, they manage conflicts. Because the conflicts are bound to happen because of the differences of the people who are in the marriage. So if you don't have that skill, the love or feeling you have for that person will not be enough to give you the peace you are looking for in that marriage. Now, the fourth thing that I consider the most important is that if you are someone who is unforgiving and revenge-oriented, marriage may not be for you. The truth that many people are not telling you is that grudges are poised in marriage. These are imminent things that are bound to happen because of the differences of the couple. But if you are someone who likes to tally wrongs, seek revenge, or use past mistakes as an ammunition against your partner, then marriage may not be for you. Because with all these things, you will destroy intimacy and trust. Forgiveness is not an option in marriage, it is essential. So if you are someone who cannot work on forgiving others or forgiving your partner, then marriage may not be for you. You don't have to waste your time in marriage trying to force it. And many marriages are not working because the partners don't have the ability to forgive their partners. So if you're unforgiving and revenge-oriented, trying to always cut scores with your partner, trying to always bring up past issues, marriage may not be for you. You don't have to force it. The last thing I'm going to talk about is that if you are someone who is emotionally dependent and not emotionally mature, marriage may not be for you. Marriage is a ground of emotions where we express our emotions here and there. Without emotions, marriage may not work. But if you expect your partner to always fix you, always make you happy, and always try to complete you, then you may be getting married wrong. You may not be ready, because marriage is not a therapy. It is partnership. So when you are entering into marriage, you have to enter as a whole person, or you will break whatever has been built. Now, I believe that these things that I've said are very essential for you to decide whether you have to marry or not. Don't be forced to enter into marriage. Don't make it seem that you will be crucified for not getting married. Everyone has the liberty to get into marriage. If you decide not to marry, I have never seen in society that is crucifying somebody for not getting married. And so don't force it. Don't say it's because of the family. Don't say it's because of social pressure. Don't say it's because of my friends. If you do that, you are deciding yourself. They have no hand or they have nothing to do with your decision to get married. So get your facts right. Assess yourself. Consider all these things that I've mentioned. If you fall within it and you are willing to work on it or willing to change certain things, then you may give it a shot. But if you think that you can never change all these things, or you have a different perception or perspective about this kind of thing, then marriage may not be for you and you don't have to force it. So by concluding this episode, I will say that marriage is not for everyone, at least not right now. So before you say I do, ask yourself this essential question. Am I prepared to give, forgive, grow, and endure? If not, it is okay to wait, because it is better to be unmarried and whole than be married and wounded. Thank you so much for joining this episode today. I appreciate you so much for returning to watch this episode. And also, if you're new on this channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel, because I release episode every week, and I believe that you'll be blessed learning so much about the institution called marriage. So I'll see you in the next episode. Stay blessed.